Hi everyone, welcome back to the journey to the end of the universe. On our last trip, we flew to the star Betelgeuse, 700 light years from Earth. Today, we'll continue our journey. I wonder what else we'll see beyond 700 light years from the Sun. Please fasten your seatbelts so we can continue right away. Our spaceship had a new and more modern appearance. The speed of our ship is equivalent to the speed of light. This is the speed limit that no spacecraft has ever reached except our spaceship. Are you ready? Now, let's go explore. Leaving Betelgeuse, we are entering a very beautiful sea. This is the region of the Spiral Nebula, also known as NGC 7293, one of the closest nebula to the Earth. This nebula is in the Aquarius constellation. From the clock, you can see that it is about 700 light years from Earth. Through its appearance, it has many similarities with the Ring Nebula. It is also known by the name the Eye of God because its shape is very similar to the eye. It has an apparent magnitude of 7.6, so if you want to see this nebula from Earth, you will need to use a telescope. According to calculations, the Spiral Nebula has a radius of about 2.87 light years. The age of this nebula is estimated between 10,600 and 12,100 years old. Its central area is quite bright because it contains one star that is always white. This is a remnant of the Supernova Explosion. When our spaceship flies over this area, we feel hot because the measured temperature around the outer ring of the nebula is around 900 degrees K or 627 degrees Celsius. Rest assured, this temperature will not affect our spaceship at all because it is specially designed to withstand even the most extreme temperatures of our universe. Crossing the Spiral Nebula, we're headed straight for the superstar Rigel, located in the constellation Orion. Can you see Rigel right in front of us? This is a blue icon. The clock is showing 860 years, which means the star is 860 light years away from the Sun. This is a very bright star in the night sky if viewed from the Earth. Its luminosity is ranked 8th. When observing the star, based on its size and luminosity, Rigel is classified as a blue supergiant. The star has a radius of 79 times that of the Sun, and about 21 times the mass of the Sun. This is not a very large star, but in terms of brightness, Rigel is special. This star is 120,000 times brighter than the luminosity of the Sun. Rigel has an extremely large surface temperature, estimated at 11,827 degrees Celsius, which is 2 times hotter than the surface temperature of the Sun. Rigel is surrounded by 3 other small stars because this is a pulsating star system. In those 3 stars, there is one binary star system and one independent star. All 3 of these stars are very small compared to Rigel, but compared to the Sun, all of them have masses at least about 3 times greater. The blue supergiant Rigel is running out of hydrogen fuel in its core. Through analyzing the properties, the scientists found that the star has gone through a period of super bright red. It then raised its temperature to become a giant. As a law of the universe, the bigger and brighter the stars, the shorter their lifespan. For Rigel, it's just over 8 million years, which is a very short lifespan compared to the 4 billion years of our Sun. Maybe it will soon end its life with a glorious supernova explosion. Scientists estimate that when the explosion occurs, the light generated will be about 300 times that of Venus, equivalent to a quarter of the light of our moon. Then, watching from the Earth, you will feel as if there are 2 moons appear at the same time. But up to now, scientists have not yet predicted when this star will explode. We'll have to wait and see. Please take a break before we go to the next destination. The clock is displaying that we are 960 light years from the Sun. Everyone, please keep calm. This is the alarm when our ship encounters a huge gravitational field. I wonder what it is in this area that would cause such an alarm. Oh, I remember now. It must be the black hole that was discovered and announced by scientists in May 2020. This black hole is about 1,000 light years from Earth. It is named HR 6819. As you all know, black holes cannot be seen by the naked eyes. Scientists noted the existence of this black hole based on its gravitational interactions with two nearby stars. Observed results show that one of these two stars orbit the black hole with an orbit of about 40 days. The remaining star is at a further distance. According to calculations, HR 6819's mass is more than 4 times the Sun. This is the closest black hole to Earth ever discovered by humans. HR 6819 and its two companion stars are moving at radial speed of 9.4 kilometers per second. This means it is moving away from Earth at this speed. Leaving HR 6819, we are headed for the supergiant Rigel, also known as Delta Canis Majoris, because it is a very bright star in the constellation called Great Dog. The clock indicates that this star is about 1,600 light years from Earth. At this distance, when viewed from the Earth, it doesn't seem to be too bright. This star is ranked 37th brightest in the night sky. According to calculations, this is a white star with spectral type F8, with a surface temperature of about 6,390 degrees K, but its luminosity is 82,000 times that of our Sun. This star is so bright because it has a supermassive size. It has a radius of about 216 times that of the Sun. Although it has just a little more heat than the Sun, its luminosity is many times that of the Sun. If we put Rigel in Sirius location from the Earth, we would see that this is half the brightness of the Moon. Thus, it will look as if there were two moons in the night sky at the same time. This star is quite massive. Its mass is about 17 times that of our Sun. According to calculations, the star has stopped fusing hydrogen in its core. Its outer shell is expanding. In about 100,000 years, it will become a red superstar and will eventually end its life with a glorious supernova explosion. The exact timing of the explosion has yet to be determined. Leaving Rigel, we're headed for Alnilem star. Oh, there it is! This is a blue giant superstar. It is nearly 2,000 light years from Earth. It is estimated that this star has a mass of 40 times the Sun. In terms of radius, it is 32.4 times the radius of our Sun. Even at its distance, we can still observe this star with the naked eye in the night sky because it has an apparent magnitude of slightly varying from 1.64 to 1.74. Alnilem is the 29th brightest star in the sky. This is a star with spectral type V0. Its surface temperature is very hot, estimated at around 27,500 degrees K, much hotter than our Sun. Because of its great temperature and size, it has a huge amount of brightness, which is about 537,000 times that of our Sun. Notice that from where our spaceship is right now, this star is super close. So don't look directly at Alnilem because it will damage your eyes. So please use the safety goggles we have provided before observing. Leaving Alnilem behind, we come to the nebula NGC 6826. This is a nebula located in the constellation Swans, about 2,000 light years from Earth. This is a planetary nebula. Many people believe that planetary nebula must contain planets inside them. But such thinking is wrong. The term stems from the circular shape of these nebula, which are so named by scientists in the early days of observing the nebula by telescope. Planetary nebula are not related to any planets at all. The NGC 6826 nebula is also known as the flashing nebula. You can see that in its center there is a very bright star. When the scientists observed this nebula with a telescope, the light of this star overwhelmed that of the nebula. Therefore, they had to use a reverse vision technique to observe this nebula. From Earth, you will not be able to see this nebula because it has an apparent magnitude of 8.8. You may need the assistance of a telescope to do so. The clock now shows that our ship has crossed a distance of 2,000 years. This is a very large distance for humanity. But compared to the 93 billion year diameter of the visible universe, this may be nothing at all. So beyond 2,000 light years, what else awaits us? We will explore together on the next journey. If you've learned something new today, as usual, please like, subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. And here are some videos you will like too. Please click to watch more.